Your daily Bitcoin and Litecoin update. Is this the calm before the storm? I believe we're probably going to be seeing some action pretty time soon. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Wednesday. We're going to take a look at the charts. And I want to show you at the end of the video. Definitely stick around to check it out. Why I believe we're going to hit 46,000 by the end of the year in the pattern I've been looking at on this channel since January. Also, just a reminder, there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. Best community in crypto, bar none. And it's totally free. Great group of people in there. Also, there's some affiliate links down below. Definitely check those out. If you can use them, it really helps the channel out. And yeah, let's get into the video, see what's going on. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you would, take a second out, smash those likes, leave your comments. Let me know what you think of the videos, and let's get on with it. All right, so we're going to zip through this stuff real quick, guys. It's been a very boring market the last few days. So this is Litecoin on the daily. As you know, if you've been watching the channel, if not, we've been watching this. I do believe we're forming a cup and a handle here. There is a possibility we could still go down to the $64 to $65 range. But once we come back up here, I think if we break this $146 range, we're headed up. The next target would be around the $270 range. Let's look at the RSI, see what I've been watching in here. We had this rising channel here, fell out of it in a falling channel. I do believe it's possible we're forming another rising channel in between this resistance and this support here. But we're also looking at, zoom in so you can see it. This is a falling wedge pattern. Like I said, the $64 to $65 range would probably be another test of the bottom here. If that breaks through, you know, then I would say it gets extremely bearish, but I don't believe that's going to happen. I believe we're going to go up from here. And look at the 4-hour RSI. 4-hour RSI, I have this trend line drawn in here within this falling channel. I do believe, like I said, it could get one more touchdown here before popping up, but I do believe we're going to come back up and at least test the top of this larger falling channel here. So let's look at the price action and show you what I've been watching. Now, as you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, my absolute worst case scenario is off this bottom trend line that we built when we bottomed. And that's around the $64 to $65 range, which I believe in here, this will most likely be the cup. And like I said, I showed you the targets if we broke out of there. I also have some more targets in here, and we're going to look at them real quick. Okay, like I said, we could definitely come down to the $64 to $65 range. But we are within this falling broadening wedge here. This being the resistance, this being the support. The measured move of the break. Let me zoom in a little bit. These two trend lines cross right here, the top of the falling wedge, and then this blue trend line that we've had since way back in February. And if we look at where we're at, if we come up to test the top of those, it's going to be around the $86 range. That's still my target. But like I said, we could come down here first. But I'm looking at more, I think we're most likely going to pop up here. But keep an eye on that $64 to $65 target anyway. If it drops below that, guys, Litecoin's in trouble. But a break of this would give me the measured move. We broke out past that $86 range. And again, this measured move is a bigger one. There's going to be lots of stops in between, and we will keep an eye on that. That's why I do daily updates. But the break of that would give me the target around the 171 range. I'm going to go into Bitcoin, and we're going to start out on the weekly. And I'm going to get something straight real quick, because I get a bunch of comments from people that think they know what they're talking about, and they just want to spout off at the mouth when they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. This is hidden bullish divergence, where you're getting higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI. That is hidden bullish divergence. And I do believe what's going to happen here is in this wedge, we are going to break out, and that's going to be a huge move. And again, this is hidden bullish divergence. Higher lows in the price, lower lows in the RSI. Anyways, God, people are idiots, man. So let's go into, and everybody wants to spout out like they know something. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. So anyways, this is the measured move off this weekly bull flag that I've been watching here. As you can see, the volume is definitely declining right here. There, we're getting definitely very low volume, and we're within this formation here, which I do believe is a bull flag. I know people are calling it a triangle. I'll show you in the daily why I believe it's a bull flag, but take a look at the measured move of the breakout of that would get us right around the $21,000 range. And again, my end of the year target's still 46,000. I have not veered away from that since January. I've been calling it. But yeah, let's look at the daily now. And we will start off with the price action, and we'll look at what's going on. I'll show you why I believe this is a bull flag and not the triangle that everybody's been pointing out. If you look here, we had a touch here, a touch here, touch here, and a touch here. I do believe in using the wicks, not in using the bodies of the candles. I'll show you why. If we did a count of this, Elliott count, this would be A for the first touch, B, C, D, and E most of the time does not come all the way down in a bull flag formation or channel like this. So, but after that, the next move is usually straight up and out of here. And I do believe that is what's going to happen, in my opinion. And I could be wrong. I'm looking at these as our support, and I will show you real quick this white trend line that I've drawn in here. It's off of resistance here, here, here. Then we broke through here, which was the old support and resistance before the breakdown at 6,000. We broke through, came back down, tested it, and stayed above it ever since. I do believe we're going to continue to stay above it. But I do want to take a look at the bearish case, guys. Looking at this, that white trend line is lining up right around the 97.80 range. If we do break below that, guys, my next target would be off of this other trend line I have here, off of these resistance wicks all the way back from December. And we've had these lines in here if you've been watching the channel since then. So that would be around the $8,700 range, which is possible if we break down from here, guys. And then the worst case scenario I have is around this $7,200 to $7,300 range, which would be the bottom of this bull flag, which is possible, but I think less likely. And let's take a look at the other targets here on the daily. If I took the measured move of the bull flag as just as a channel, and where we would break out, gets us to around the 15,500. Now that's a break of the top of this resistance. So if that breaks, then we can start looking at these measured moves. Next measured move would be measuring this over here as a flagpole, that being the bull flag, and that's around the $18,000 range. Then we already took a look at the other target, which was 21,000. But that's where I'm at with that, guys. Like I said, worst case 7,200, and I still wouldn't be bearish there. I think that'd be extremely bullish, but if that broke, then I would be extremely bearish. Yeah, like I said, the volume's declining within this formation. Looking good, guys. Let's look at the RSI now. And in the RSI, we've been watching this falling wedge. We've had 3 touches on the bottom in the daily RSI here, which is triple bottom. That bearish case that I showed you coming back down to the $87 range, somewhere in there would be breaking this trend line, or actually it'd probably be coming down to touch this trend line. But a break of this trend line in the RSI is a more bearish scenario around the $7,200 to $7,300. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI. And as you can see, I have this broadening falling wedge drawn in here. I also had this channel in here, and we had taken a measured move of the break of that channel, which helped us catch the top of this move. And that was right there, measured out almost perfectly. I do want to look at what's going on here. We have this trend line in here on the 4 hour. We zoom in to the price action. You can see that I have this target now raised up to 10,000, right around 10,020, which would be the top of this trend line that we've been bouncing in and out of, which would also be the bottom of this yellow dotted trend line I have in here. And I have a triangle drawn in here, and I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, a break above that would break above this in the RSI. So the RSI helps a lot, guys. I don't use other indicators. I think they're just lagging indicators and just a bunch of noise. All I use is the RSI and my EMAs. Let's look at what I have in here. Okay, so this, if you look at the dotted yellow lines here, I have this triangle, and that's not looking at this here. That's counting this out. But if we took a measured move off of that, that gets us up to the $11,400 range, which would be the top of this bull flag. And if we break that, guys, I think it's on. I think we'll break out, most likely come up to this target, the 12.4, if we break this line. And that's a measured move. If you use the white dotted line along with the yellow, this is an ascending triangle here. And the measured move off of that would be measuring the widest point of the triangle up to where we break out, and that gets me the 12.4. I do believe after the 12.4, we'll probably come back down, test the flag for support, and move on from there. Again, guys, that's if we break the top of this triangle. The next measured move I have is looking at this as a falling, broadening wedge. We take a measurement from where we broke out, put it up here, and that gets me to the 13,000 range. So that's what I'm looking at with Bitcoin, guys. That we are definitely in a no trade zone until we break one of these supports or resistance right here. So yeah, like I said, Bitcoin's been kind of boring, but I think we're about to see some huge fireworks here within the next week. So keep an eye out for these areas, these targets, and these trend lines to break, because I do believe we're most likely going to break to the upside, guys. Like I said, worst case is this 97.80 range, which is this white trend line here. So, but if we break down past there, I'm definitely looking for these lower lows. But again, my bias is up. So let's take a look now at why I believe we're still on our way to 46,000 by the end of the year. And keep in mind, guys, I believe in a pattern is a pattern. But before I show you that, I want to remind you guys, don't get sucked into these scammers that are selling their programs that teach you the basics that you can find anywhere for free. They're just taking your money, guys. If they were any good, they wouldn't have to be selling this shit. They would be trading and making money. But just don't get sucked into it. They're all you're paying for is their drug habits, their gambling, their lavish lifestyles, while you give them your hard-earned money, thinking you're going to learn something or follow their great trades, and just lose your ass and lose your money. Don't get sucked into that, guys. Put your due diligence in. You know, start looking around, learning. There's tons of free information on the internet. Join our Discord. There's a bunch of great people in there that'll help you out also. All right, I'm done with my rant. Let's look at Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly. And as you can see here, I have these trend lines drawn in here and these patterns. And I do believe it's going to work out just like gold, the gold weekly chart pattern. You can see the resemblance, guys. I do still believe we are well on our way. Another thing I want to point out is gold. I do believe the traditional markets are most likely going to be starting a recession. And I had drawn this trend line, these trend lines in here, this channel in gold. And when we broke out, I said if we opened and closed a weekly on top of this old resistance, that I believe that we're beginning a recession. Now, does that mean that we're going to go down directly? You know, the market, traditional markets are just going to crash? No. Not what it means at all. The recession will usually take a couple years, you know, a year to two to actually start building up and getting bad. But I do believe this is my indicator. If this is our first open above the resistance, the old resistance, if it remains support and we close this weekly above this, guys, that's my indicator, in my opinion, that we're beginning a recession. And what I believe is all the smart money is getting out of the traditional markets and putting their money into store value, which is gold, and I believe Bitcoin will be following. I do want to show you the measured moves of what I have. The first measured move is measuring this as an ascending triangle here, and that gets me up to the 16,075. Next measured move is the measurement of the rising channel that we've broken out of in gold, and that gets us up to the 18,030 range. So that's what I'm looking at with gold, guys. I would love to see this weekly close above this, which now hopefully this is support. And then like I said, just my opinion, but I believe the recession, it'll be the beginning of the recession, and over the next couple of years it'll probably get pretty bad in traditional markets, which I do believe is going to help Bitcoin in the long run. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely click the subscribe button, the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Make sure you tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. I do post new videos every single day, and I do live streams once in a while. It'll notify you when I come live. Also, please smash the likes, leave your comments, let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm interested to hear what you guys' thoughts are in the video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you later.